Greetings. This is Justin Allen, the Elite Nurse Practitioner. Welcome to the Elite Nurse Practitioner Show, a podcast dedicated to nurse practitioner entrepreneurism and achieving financial freedom, where I talk directly with nurse practitioners who need help. Listen up, our market is saturated. Jobs can be scarce. We are underpaid. We are undervalued. We are taken advantage of by the sharks within the healthcare system. And frankly, screw that. Sick of it. And it's time for a change. And listen, I'm here to help make that happen. We are powerful. We can forge a path where we are in control of our career and ultimately our financial and personal well-being. You do not need to submit to healthcare administrators and your doctor overlords. You do not have to take the measly salary. You do not have to work 50 to 60 hours a week. There is a different way, and I'm here to show you that path. This podcast is raw and unfiltered. I have not talked with the nurse practitioners in this podcast prior to the call outside of an email exchange to schedule the episode. What you're about to listen to is a consultation session between a nurse practitioner and myself. It is real, it is unscripted, it is unplanned, and I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Anything and everything can happen during our conversation. The nurse practitioners in these episodes are struggling with an issue in their professional or financial life, and they have reached out to me for help. My goal is to help the nurse practitioner with actionable advice that will enhance and improve their professional, business, and financial life. My other goal is to hopefully help my nurse practitioner sisters and brothers build a more productive, powerful, and free life. So I hope the content and information within these podcast episodes does just that. All right, onto the episode. Hey everyone, today we'll be talking to Chad, who is a family nurse practitioner. Currently, he is working in pain management full-time. He is wanting to start a men's health practice where he will focus on testosterone replacement therapy, peptides, weight loss therapy, PRP, those sorts of things. He's needing assistance with the direction to take to get started, Telemed versus brick-and-mortar considerations, and how to maintain his privacy. Hey Chad, how are you?
Very well. And yourself, sir?
I'm good, man. So tell us about yourself. How long have you been a nurse practitioner for, and what sorts of things you've been up to?
Got an RN degree in 2012. Then I worked for a year in ER. Then I went into GI and surgery after that. Got my NP degree 2015 and worked for a year in spine surgery, assisting in surgery and such. Then I switched over to pain management. Been doing that ever since. About 9 years now. Before all that, I was a veteran in the military. So,
okay. Well, God bless you for doing pain management that long.
I know.
Yeah. Are there? Is there a lack of other jobs, or do you actually enjoy it, or I guess what's keeping you there?
To be honest with you, it's like the hours that I work and the pay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of
golden
locking
handcuffs.
me in. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem with pain management, man. They kind of get you with those, with the pay. Whatever. I mean, you're making good money. So, okay. So tell us about what you're wanting to start here. So you think about opening up a men's health practice.
Yeah, men's health practice, but I was trying to gear it more towards dads. I wanted to have kind of a niche in that area, more towards dads, but I wanted to start it with telemedicine because, as you know, with pain management, you don't have time for anything because they work me to the bone. So just trying to get this started slow, see what I can get going.
Okay. You don't have to tell us where you're at, but is the area that you're in, I mean, are there other men's health practices? What's the competition look like?
Yeah, it's saturated.
Pretty saturated.
Yeah, I've looked around in other local towns and stuff, kind of listen to all your podcasts. So I know kind of where the mindset is coming into this prepared. And I looked around all small towns and stuff in the area, going into the middle of the state even. And it just is, it's saturated everywhere.
Really? So even within like an hour, 2 hour drive, there's just practice.
I looked at a couple of them that was about 45 minutes away, and they have little things there that people are doing similar type things.
I gotcha. How many men's health practices are in your area? Like, I guess
when you say area,
like a 30-minute drive.
Probably at least 10 or 15.
Yeah, it's pretty saturated.
Yeah.
How many people live in the area?
That's a great question. A lot.
All right.
Like in my county, you want to know?
Yeah, I guess maybe the county. I'm just kind of curious, like, what's how many people are in the area? I mean, I know 10 men's health clinics is quite a bit, but it really depends on.
458,000.
Yeah, it's way too saturated. Yeah, I don't think it'd be one hell of an uphill battle, I think, to get started. Yeah. Um. Okay, so Telemed sounds like it's probably gonna be your best option. Um. Unless there was a way to really differentiate yourself from the other men's health practices. But, 500,000 people in your county, it's not really a lot of people, to be honest with you. In the county that I live in Colorado, probably has 2 million, Uh,
Jeez.
yeah. I mean, the front range of Colorado is pretty densely populated. Um,
My
the only thing I
initial
would
thought
recommend.
was to try to focus it towards dads and veterans and first responders, kind of niche it that direction. But it seems like all the men's health clinics that are offering things, they're offering a lot of other things too. So it's not just focused to just exactly those type of things.
So, are they actually called a men's health clinic, or is it just wellness practices offering HRT and stuff?
It doesn't say men's health in their name, but if you do the Google search on, searching in the area, anything, when you type in men's health or testosterone replacement therapy, several of them come up.
So, have you explored these websites though? I mean, are they offering do they treat men and women? Do they offer,
Yeah.
aesthetics and just a bunch of random shit?
Yes.
Okay. So, you might actually be okay then, because the thing about men's health is that if it's actually a men's health practice, a man would rather go to a men's health clinic than going to some random wellness practice or something that also offers men's health services. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many patients I've had come to my men's health practice who've come from those kinds of practices, where they saw some female NP or MD or whatever who also does, aesthetics and IV infusion and weight loss. And they do this like it's a wellness practice, right? It has nothing to do with women. I mean, women can operate a men's health practice, no problem whatsoever. That's not the issue. The issue is that they just offer so much other stuff too. That's not their focus, right? A man will be sitting in the lobby and there'll be some, doll sitting next to him who's there for Botox, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, if there's no actual standalone men's health practice, then I think you'd probably be okay.
Okay. In the state
Um,
that I'm in, the whole primary care is what you got to offer. A certain percentage of it has to be primary care.
all right, Florida.
But correct.
Yeah. Okay. Um,
So they're kind of, it seems like they're kind of following along those standards where they're offering other things, but then men's health specialty.
well, I mean, you can do men's health primary care, you know. I mean, as
Yeah,
far as I'm concerned, men's health is primary care. I mean, I think testosterone replacement therapy should be the foundation of most men's primary care because most of them are deficient in testosterone. You treat them with testosterone replacement therapy and it improves their metabolic health, it improves their mental health, it improves so many different systems that it should be the foundation of primary care, you know?
agreed.
Um, yeah. So you can spin it with primary care. I mean, I know plenty of NPs in Florida who have a men's health practice and they practice independently because it is primary care, right?
Right.
It's just a men's health primary care clinic. So I don't think there's any kind of distinction or a law in Florida that states the primary care has to be for both sexes. I don't think it's
It
in. I don't
doesn't.
think it's in. Yeah, it's not in the law, right? So you can offer men's health primary care. You basically the way you'd frame it on your website is full body, holistic care for men, something like that. Care for the whole, care for the whole man, sort of a thing, with testosterone replacement therapy being more or less like the foundation of it. As long as you word it carefully like that, you should be okay, because it is primary care. Now, the one thing that you need to be aware of, though, is that in Florida, and for other NPs that are listening to this that are in Florida right now, you guys need to be careful. The questions I get sometimes from some NPs in Florida about this, they don't have a primary care practice, an IV infusion clinic. Like, that's not primary care. Like, they're breaking the law. Like,
Right.
something happened to them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if malpractice, something happened, they're going to be screwed. Right. But I think men's health and you do primary care, I think you'd be fine. So you need to be aware that you need to be okay with treating some basic primary care needs as well, which in my opinion is not that difficult of a thing to do.
It's not.
Right. A little blood pressure, some diabetes treatment, hyperlipidemia, just very basic stuff. Right. You can keep it as simple as you want to, refer everything else out,
Right.
So I think that as long as you do it that way, you should be okay. Now, there's only 500,000 people in your area. I'm assuming you're somewhere in Central Florida, probably.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. So, if there isn't a dedicated men's health practice, you should be. I honestly think you'd probably be okay if it's just men's health. Now, the risk and benefit versus telemed and brick and mortar. I think that the biggest risk with going telemed is that it is very saturated. There are, I couldn't tell you how many online men's health testosterone replacement therapy clinics there are. There's probably thousands, right? And how are people going to know about you? The internet's a very, very, very big place. And if you decide to get some licenses in some other states that are independent, how are people going to know about you? How are they going to find you? How are they going to even know you exist? They're not going to be able to just Google men's health in their state and you're going to come up. Chances of you coming up, zero. Like, you're just not going to. So the only way you're going to get patients is that you're going to have to heavily market it, or you're going to have to begin really engaging into some communities online and getting the word out that way. Going to some Facebook groups where they talk about men's health and testosterone replacement therapy and stuff. And you just start getting in there and contributing to the conversation as a provider, and hope some people, bite, see you as a patient. So it's going to take some real work on your end to try to organically get patients online. For that, like I said, the chances of them finding you online is going to be very, very, very difficult.
Like, offered into my housing edition Facebook group type thing in
the
local
Facebook
areas
group. Yeah, in like local areas, you can like contribute in local areas. But like, there's a lot of Facebook groups out there about testosterone replacement therapy. So you just get in there and you start answering people's questions, basically, and then people ask, "Hey, are you seeing patients?" And then you'll just get patients that way. Some of the most successful telemed providers that I know, who just basically only do telemedicine, the most successful ones that I know, that's how they get patients. They don't really get patients advertising. They get patients organically by having a YouTube channel or a TikTok or Instagram, or they go into Facebook groups and they start contributing on message boards. They basically try to become a community member within these online communities, and they deliver lots of free value online. So if someone goes to YouTube and they type in, men's health testosterone replacement therapy or whatever, maybe they'll see your video and then maybe they'll book a call with you as a patient.
Right.
Now, going that route is going to be, it's going to take time. Like, you are not going to get patients very quickly. It will take time. It will take 6 months. Okay.
I'm prepared for that.
Yeah. So, if you want to be patient with it, then, cool. Otherwise, you're going to have to spend money marketing it. And your ad dollars online can get eaten up really fast, and you won't have anything to show for it. Okay.
Right.
Like, you could spend $1,000 on Facebook ads and get no patients. So, you can spend some money on Google ads and stuff too. You might get some patients that way. But I think that from a risk benefit perspective here, I think that if you opened up a brick and mortar, you would probably get more patients, because you'll have a Google business listing. You'll have an actual physical location in the city that you live in, and it'll be Men's Health. People will call you. Like, you won't really have to advertise it that much. People will just
Right.
find you, you know? So I guess let me ask you this. How much were you budgeting for this?
5 to 10.
5 to 10. The $5,000 to $10,000 Telemed marketing it is going to be eaten up very fast. And you potentially might not have much to show for. Okay. Like you'd probably have a higher chance of making more money off that $10,000 going to a casino.
Okay.
Like, honestly, you know what I mean? You'd probably have a better chance of betting on some penny stocks. Like, you probably would. Like, I mean, I advertise online, for, online for courses and stuff. And I see how quick those ad dollars can just go like that and turn into nothing. And you get nothing for it. So I would just worry about it just not working very well for you. So instead, if you spend $10,000 on getting a brick and mortar practice, something very simple, dude. It doesn't have to be complicated here, man. A 2-room office somewhere. Okay. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Something that's $750 a month, $1,000 a month. You'd be better off spending that money on rent than you would on ads. You honestly would.
So my spin-off thought on that is trying to do one of the virtual places. They have a couple of those, nearby, one in my adjacent town and one about 30, 40 minutes away. It's like a place you can attach a Google business listing to. I believe you could meet patients there, to communicate with them or call that your in-person meeting. I don't know about the privacy, about if you needed to do a lab draw or something like that. I'd have to look into it a little more, but is that something that is reasonable?
Yeah, you could try that. I mean, you could do that. I think that would be something you could probably, give it a try. I wouldn't, what's the risk, right? There's not really.
They're pretty cheap. So if I could attach a Google business listing to it, then that would definitely help out with the advertisement and people finding me.
Yeah. If you can attach a Google business listing to it, then I think that would probably be your better bet. 'Cause then you'd be more local, somewhere that doesn't have Men's Health. Like you're telling me there's no Men's Health clinic. If I was to open up a Men's Health clinic in some random city somewhere, I wouldn't even look for wellness practices and stuff that offer testosterone replacement. So that's not my competition. Not another Men's Health clinic is. Random wellness practices that offer TRT. That's not my competition. I wouldn't even look up those practices. It wouldn't even be a consideration of mine. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't be. Like, to me, it sounds like you probably have an actual opportunity here if you want. Like, I honestly really think you do. If there's no Men's Health clinic, you do not have competition. You don't. You just don't.
If there is, they definitely are offering a lot of the other stuff. And that's kind of what saturates their websites, is women's and all the other stuff you mentioned.
Right.
It's not just Men's Health. And
yeah, that is not a Men's Health clinic. That's just not. It's not. It's a wellness practice that offers Men's Health as a service.
So this would be more of a Men's Health and, full body holistic care for men, right?
Right. This is a dedicated Men's Health practice where testosterone replacement therapy is your biggest service line. And included in that is primary care. Primary care. Right? Offer weight loss and stuff. That's fine to men. You know what I mean?
To men. Yeah.
Right. So, like, I honestly, I think you're fine. I think that you would have a higher chance of success opening up something local than you would Telemed. I really do. Because, man, it is crowded out there.
Yeah.
It is very hard to gain traction. Like, you are competing against people and businesses that have a huge marketing budget. Huge. Hims, for example. I mean, their marketing budget has got to be $1 million a month. At least. I see those fucking ads on my Instagram and Facebook when I'm just like on the phone, just, randomly just rotting my mind. Like, I'll see those ads for Hims. And like, you know what I mean? I mean, they got huge marketing budgets, man. You're not going to compete against them. You're just not going to.
Okay.
So I think you probably would be better off going local. And
Got it.
fine. I mean, you don't have to go to the office to see patients. You can still see patients via telemed. That's fine. I see all my patients telemed, but I still have a
Okay.
physical office.
If that that kind of leads into the next question, is that something I could attach my DEA to?
Uh,
Like if I
with
did the virtual place?
Probably not, because I mean, if you actually have a physical place where you can actually go, then yes. It is not an
Yeah.
actual virtual address. It just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? It's not a PO box.
Correct. No,
Right.
no, this is an actual place.
All right. If there's an actual office where people can actually meet you, then yes, you can attach your DEA license to it. It is
Okay.
an actual
I've seen other
office.
people doing the same thing, and they have a Google business listing attached to that virtual
Okay.
place. It is a building. You go there and you could meet people there, but it's like multiple offices.
Right. So the only worry I would have with that is that it if patients actually go there to see you, it's not very professional. You know what I mean? It's like the shared office. It's like, and you walk in there and you're like, what the hell is this? Well, what kind of practice is this? If it's all telemed, then, fine. But I think that if you really wanted to increase your chances of success, I think that your better bet would be, if you can, is to find a cheap place somewhere you can.
Mm-hmm.
That's an actual office. I don't know what the rent like. I don't know what the rent is in your area for office spaces, or a little place in a strip mall or something. Like, I would say,
ridiculous.
Is it pretty high?
Oh, it's over 3.
Are there office buildings though where you can get like a little 500 square foot office somewhere?
If
Those
I
are usually
wanted to
cheap.
go into like a chiropractic, I probably could get a better deal.
Yeah, I mean, you could go somewhere like that, or you could go. I don't know. Like, I mean, are there office buildings somewhere where you just walk into it, where there's no actual like physical door to your business? They actually have to go into the office building and go up an elevator or something, and your office is right there. Sometimes those places have a lot of spaces and they're fairly cheap.
Okay. I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, look around for that. That would be something a little bit more professional. Okay. It would be your space. You know what I mean? You could keep supplies there. You could actually have a real like consultation. You know what I mean? Just something very simple. I would try to go that route first, then going into some shared office space kind of situation like you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, because a shared
I'll take a
office
minute.
situation like that is, if a patient went and came and saw you, it's going to be just some big giant room with a bunch of desks and stuff, maybe cubicles or whatever. Like, it's just not. I just don't know what the perception would be.
Right.
A lot of men won't care. Some will. So
Yeah. Is it really necessary though if I just do everything telemed?
yeah. If you're going to do everything telemed, just everything telemed, then yeah, I think it's fine.
But I
You
have
could
that
just say,
virtual address to have the Google business listing attached to. And then if the person wanted to meet me, I could go there, or whatever you have to do with, because testosterone replacement is schedule 3. You have to meet them one time. Is that still the regulation?
nah, the DEA it's still up in the air. We don't know. We're not going to know until December, I think.
Okay.
So I have a feeling they're going to extend. They're just going to make that a rule. I mean, we've been doing it now for 5 years, for heaven's sake. I mean, I think I doubt that they're going to, I highly doubt they're going to make that a requirement. So I don't think I'd worry too much about it. I mean, it's pretty
Okay.
much the standard now. If a company like Hims, that's $1 billion publicly traded company, if they're cool with doing 100% telemed visits to give you a prescription for testosterone, if they're cool with it, I'd be cool with it.
Okay. It's probably legit then, right?
You know what I mean? Like, if they're
Yeah.
cool with it, you're cool with it. Like,
Yeah.
they have had lawyers look at, like, you know what I mean? If they're cool
Yeah.
with it, you should be fine with it. Okay. Like if it's good enough for them, it's going to be good enough for you. Okay.
Right.
That's a publicly traded company. I mean, you can invest in him if you wanted to, you know?
Okay.
So I don't think I'd worry too much about that. I'm not worried about it at all. I think they're going to extend it. I just don't see why I just don't see how they couldn't. I just don't. It's the standard of care now, you know?
So you just meet with the patient very first time, even over telemedicine.
Yeah.
And
It's all telemed.
Yeah.
Like, you never have to meet them in person ever. You just don't. Yeah. So if you're going to just do it telemed, then fine. I think that if, you put it on your website that, we prefer to see patients via telemedicine, then I think as long as that's the, as long as that's the expectation from your patients, then I don't think it's a problem. I would just it's fine. But I think you'd have a better chance of succeeding if you go that route.
Okay.
Versus getting licensed in a bunch of other states.
Right.
All right. I hope everyone's enjoying the episode so far. I just wanted to take a quick break to thank everyone listening and also give a big thank you to all of my social media followers and email subscribers. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to our email list at www.elitenp.com and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Email subscribers will receive updates on new weekly podcast episodes, multiple weekly articles we publish, new courses, and everything else related to helping you succeed. Remember, all Elite Nurse Practitioner courses are designed to help you build a niche practice, increase your financial strength, and to break free from the rat race. If I can break free and then other countless nurse practitioners can break free, then so can you. Additionally, please share this podcast with your other nurse practitioner sisters and brothers out there. The more NPs that venture out on their own, the stronger our profession will become. Now, let's get back to the episode.
So attaching the Google business listing to something like that virtual thing on my website, letting them know right up front, this is how, you schedule on my, EMR, and then, make the appointment with them via telemedicine first time.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of just break it down real quick. This is what you can expect for your business, basically. Maybe a one-on-one phone call, video like this, or phone call or whatever.
Yeah.
There's going to be no need to attach a DEA to that. You already have a DEA in the state, that's attached.
I don't have one at all yet. I'm going to have to sign up for one.
How do you work pain management without DEA?
Yeah. So I had a DEA before I moved here, and then they basically let them all kind of go to the side because any prescriptions that go out of our office, whether I saw the patient or you saw the patient, go out underneath the covering physician's DEA.
So do you have a DEA now at all?
No.
You don't have one expired?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, as long as the office can be accessed physically, you can actually see a patient there.
Yep.
Then you can just attach your DEA to it. That's fine.
Okay.
Right. If it's just some virtual address somewhere in Montana, that doesn't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that kind of leads into the next question. Then the address right now for my business name on the EIN and all that, and is attached to my home address, which I don't want anymore. Before I go live with anything, I want to get my home address off there.
Off of your LLC?
Correct.
Yeah. So have you formed an LLC for this business already?
Yes.
All right. Is it a Florida-based LLC?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is Men's Health in the name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. All right. As long as Men's Health in the name. Okay. Yeah. The EIN. No one's gonna look up your EIN number. So I don't think I'd worry too much about that. No one's gonna look that up.
Okay. Yeah,
like
I just don't want my
public
home address.
Yeah, EIN can be associated with your home. That's fine. No one looks that up.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure a lot of the EINs that I have, some of my LLCs are just attached to my home address. No one looks that up, man. No one's even know what your EIN is.
So I just changed the LLC to the new address?
Correct. Right. Exactly. You would update with the Secretary of State or whatever for the address of your LLC to the new address. Your EIN doesn't matter, man. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Don't worry about
Changing
that.
the address with the IRS and stuff, it's not worth your time. I wouldn't worry about that. No one's gonna look that up.
Should I do the Wyoming for the privacy?
No, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, patients are seeing you, right? Like they know who you are. So like, who are you trying to maintain your privacy against? Exactly.
Yeah.
Or something like this. If you had a bunch of providers working underneath you and you never saw patients, then yeah, I would probably protect my privacy. But you're going to be the main show here,
Okay.
Like, what's the point? People know you're the owner. People know you're the practitioner. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. For something like this, I don't think it matters at all.
So as it grows, then if that becomes the thing where I'm kind of stepping back,
Yeah.
and then that might be an option.
Yeah. At that point, then you would just, form a Wyoming LLC or whatever, have it be the parent company, and just change it with the Secretary of State. But like, you're years from that. So I wouldn't even worry about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question is for my current job, we're just kind of talked about having this place being kind of telemedicine. How do I do the things that I want to do that require you to be in person? That's challenging. Like if I wanted to do PRP or if I wanted to do, any kind of injectables, I guess it's kind of off the table for right now.
Yeah. I don't know how you're going to do PRP, man, at a shared. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to draw their blood work and bring a centrifuge with you? I mean,
Do people do that via mobile?
I guess you could, yeah. If you wanted to do that, you could do that, But I mean, that would basically be your only route.
Mobile.
You wouldn't, yeah, you couldn't do that in a shared office space. Like you have some guy working next to you who's a network administrator and you're sitting there spinning blood and injecting someone's knee. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah. So it had to be a mobile thing. You could do that mobile. I know people who do joint injection stuff mobile. That's fine. You could do that if you wanted to. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any special kind of permits or anything you need for that?
No, I don't think so. I think the only thing in Florida you need is that AA whatever. There's a license you need from the Department of Health or whatever with Florida for a practice. So I think you probably need that. I forgot what it's called.
Local business.
No, it's the Department of Health. It's God, I always forget what it's called. It's like FQCH or ACQH. I don't know. Like I'm sitting there just talking bullshit right now, but like there's an actual license that you need from the Department of Health for a practice in Florida. So if you're doing mobile, you're probably going to need that if you're going to be seeing patients in person.
You still need it even if you're doing cash only?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing in Florida that's different than other states is that you do have to have that. Otherwise, there's nothing else you need. You're basically just functioning out, off of your license and through your LLC. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My current job, I have a non-compete, and you always talk about do the thing that you are good at, and what I'm good at is injections, but I do that at my current practice. So that probably would be, I don't know how that would play in. If it's something that's part of primary care, shouldn't be a non-compete issue, right?
What percentage of PRP makes up your practice at the pain management?
0. Like we're currently doing none of it, but we offer it.
I mean, so if it's like basically, if it's not something you really do, I think you have a good argument against that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just, you're not competing. I mean, you're just not, you guys don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd worry too much about that, man. That is such a minimal, I don't know if I'd worry about that. I mean, it's such a minimal thing. I mean, they're going to really come after you because you do some PRP injections at your men's health practice.
Right. It specifically spells out in my non-compete that everything is, it's very strict within 25-mile radius, except primary care. So I kind of fall into that category.
Yeah, you're just doing it for someone's joint health.
Yeah.
You're not doing it for pain. You're doing it to maintain their joint health.
I like it.
I don't think I'd worry about it. for someone to come after you with a non-compete, dude, you got to be screwing them over. You know what I mean? Like screwing them over. Like you go open up another pain management clinic. They're going to come after you.
Right.
You know what I mean? This is something I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. The non-compete is, I don't even know if it's enforceable here. I've tried Googling it a lot of times and I can't seem to find a clear answer.
There's no clear answer, then it's very gray area.
Yeah.
Because in states where it's enforceable, if you Google, is a non-compete enforceable in blank state? The answer usually is pretty clear. Yes, it is enforceable, or no, it is not. You're getting a bunch of, yes, it might be, no, it's not. Like if you're getting just a bunch of conflicting answers and stuff, and it is a very, very gray area. And so, like I said, as long as you're not screwing over that practice, I don't think they're going to waste their time coming after you. Like, why would they? Why are they going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars? This is what's going to happen. If they find you in violation of your non-compete, then they're going to try, if they wanted to, they could try to sue you for damages. Okay, what damages have I done? Look at my records. I've done 2 PRP injections. Okay, that's $500 that I could have possibly taken away from your business. Here's your fucking $500. What grounds do they, what are they, or are they get a ruling saying you have to stop doing it? Okay, congratulations. You just wasted how much money on lawyer fees to tell me that?
Right.
Like as a business owner, man, I wouldn't waste my time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like is the practice that you work at, is it a corporate thing or is it someone own it?
This is a private owner.
He doesn't, why would he want to waste his time? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't unless they were truly screwing me over. You're not. Yeah. You're acting in good faith. You are.
Okay.
You're doing it under the guise of primary care. You're acting in good faith. I don't think I'd worry too much about it.
Like I said, I've been there for almost 9 years, and several of the other, like a couple of physicians and other like CRNAs have gone from being, contracted with them to now being 1099. Do you think that might be a better idea for me?
Yeah, because if you go you're W-2 now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can go 1099, you're going to be a lot more tax efficient. And so what you would do is you would have the 1099 pay your LLC. And now all that money is now tax-free, sitting in your business account. You take what you need out to live your life, and then whatever is left, you can spend on your business tax-free. And so you would actually lower your tax liability. And so right now, I don't know how much you make a year, but like your tax bracket is probably what, 30 in the 30 percentile? Probably.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. If you make over $140,000 a year, you're probably in the 30, 40 percentile. Right.
Yeah.
And so if your business is being paid versus you are now saving that 30% that you'd be paying Uncle Sam, and you could invest that money instead into your business.
I brought it up to him once, just kind of off the cuff, nonchalant. Asked him if it was better for him, for the practice, if he had 1099 employees, and he says, not really, because eventually we replace that person and the patients don't really have somebody that they can call like their home provider.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think he was really keen to it.
Yeah, you just tell him, listen, I want to stay. I want to continue working for you full time, continue seeing my patients. I just don't want to be W-2 anymore. I want to be a 1099. That's it.
Do I need an attorney or anything for that?
No, just ask him. Be like, listen, I just want to be paid 1099, dude. I don't. He's like, just basically, I just want to do it for tax purposes. I want to save some money for tax purposes. I want you to pay an LLC instead. It's just, I'm just doing it for tax purposes. Okay. I mean, he's going to understand that. He understands what that means.
So then, as far as the steps go, you said I don't need an attorney. I would just have to name my side business to him?
So basically, he would have you sign a piece of paper where do you want the direct deposits to go? I want it to go into this account, and I want this LLC paid. So the at the end of the year, you're going to get basically a tax form from the business. Okay. And it's not going to name you, it's going to name your LLC. And so instead of you owing the taxes at the end of the year, your LLC owes the taxes.
Okay.
But it's still passed down to you ultimately at the end of the day. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, your accountant can do that for you. That's nothing.
Okay. I don't currently have an accountant. Is the accountant and CPA and all that, they are able to handle all the tax stuff that is private and the business stuff?
Correct. Yeah. So this is how it would go. Let's just use simple math. Let's say you work 1 month, you get paid $10,000. Okay. Just for simple math. You get paid 10 grand. If it was W-2, the $10,000, you would only see 7,000 of it after you pay taxes, right? Now, if you're 1099, they pay you $10,000. The $10,000, instead of it being directly deposited into your personal account, it gets directly deposited into your business's account. The full $10,000. Because there's no taxes taken out of it. Okay?
Right.
It is seen as revenue for your LLC that's being paid. Okay? It is now revenue coming into your business, even though it's for work being done over here. So I do consulting. Okay? I do mentorship and some consulting work. And I have an LLC paid for that consulting work. Okay. And that money comes to me tax free. $1,000, $5,000, whatever I charge. And then I can spend that on whatever I want through my business as a business expense. So you get paid $10,000. If it was W-2, you see 7,000 of it, 3,000 goes to Uncle Sam. For as a 1099, you get $10,000. $10,000 goes into your business account. You withdraw $5,000 to live off of. That leaves you $5,000 in your business account. You spend that $5,000 on whatever you want for your business. Rent, utilities, supplies, whatever. Tax-free. This is a business expense.
Marketing.
So now you're only paying taxes on the $5,000 that you took out. The other $5,000 is tax-free. You see how tax efficient that is? You save yourself a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you can start spending that money on your business. So like if you can do that, okay, you can convince them to 1099 you. Go rent something nice. Why not?
Okay.
You can pay the same amount of money, but now you're saving yourself tax, a percentage of taxes now that now pays for your rent.
Okay.
And for you see no difference in your personal life. You don't, from a financial standpoint. You see no difference.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I would say if you can get that, do it.
Okay.
Just tell him you want it for tax efficiency. That's it.
I'm going to have to give him a business name though, so he's going to know something's going on.
Well, then form another LLC and just have that LLC paid. Just form another LLC and just associate it with the other LLC.
Like a DBA or something.
Yeah. Or just, what you can do is go form another LLC. Okay. Have that LLC be owned by your men's health clinic LLC.
Okay.
So you have two bank accounts now. You have one for the 1099 LLC that your men's health LLC owns. So you have the LLC paid, and then you just transfer the money in your men's health clinic account. Like that. Fun. You can do that. Legal.
All right.
That's what I would do.
Not a bad idea. Hopefully I can get him to go for it.
Yeah. Seriously, man. That's what I would do. That's what I do. I've done that for years. Like I was working PRN in an ER, and I was working PRN at a Suboxone practice. I had them pay my men's health clinic LLC, and I used that money to pay my MA.
They knew you were working in men's health on the side?
Yeah, I mean, it was my men's health practice. So like when I first started my men's health clinic, I needed some revenue to pay bills because it was, it takes 3 or 4 months to really start, generating some revenue. And so I would work 1099 PRN shifts at a Suboxone practice in an ER. And I negotiated them to pay me $100 an hour. And so they pay me $100 an hour, 1099, tax free. I wasn't being paid. My men's health clinic was being paid. And then I used that money in my men's health practice to invest in my men's health practice. I'd pay my MA with that money. I'd pay rent with that money. So all that money I was making at the Suboxone practice and the ER all came into my men's health practice, and I spent every single dollar of that on my men's health practice. So I paid zero taxes. None. Zero. There was nothing. There was nothing. There was no tax. I didn't have any. There was no money left over. I spent it on my business.
Okay. So you don't have to pay anything.
Right. I paid nothing. Those ER shifts in the Suboxone practice, I paid not a single dollar in taxes. It was all used for my men's health practice. That's legal.
You recommend I get a CPA to handle all that?
Yeah. The CPA will deal with the taxes at the end of the year. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need a CPA to help you with any of that. Just have it
Like
pay
setting
your
it up and
LLC and deposit in that account. That's it. And then just
Okay.
start business expenses, rent, supplies, phone, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you start doing that, you're going to be like, shit, I have wasted so much money in the past 8 years giving it away to taxes, just giving it away and seeing nothing in return other than bullshit that our government does.
Right.
Yeah. So any other questions there?
I think that's it on that. I talked about doing like some hair loss stuff for, like PRP and some topical stuff on there. Do you have any courses on that, or have other NPs that call in or communicate with you that have done that?
We don't have any courses specific to, alopecia treatment. The Advanced Men's Health course talks about a little bit of some alopecia treatment, but it doesn't really go over like specific, procedural stuff for that. So, if that's something that you want to learn, that's probably more like a hands-on kind of a training thing. So,
Right.
yeah, I'll just find a course somewhere and go take it so you learn how to do it.
Okay. Keep
Yeah.
it on the back burner for now.
Yeah, keep it on the back burner, man. I wouldn't worry about that right now. Just get the practice going.
Okay. We did the name of my practice using like some help from Chat GPT and such. Do you recommend getting any of that trademarked or the logo?
No, I wouldn't worry about it right now. Just don't worry
Until
about it
things-
until it's a proven business.
Okay.
Like you go
Till
through
it's
the
up and
process of
going.
trademarking it right now, it'd be a waste of money.
Okay.
Like have it be a
Inexpensive.
proven business. Yeah.
All right. I think we pretty much covered everything.
So what are you gonna do?
I think I'm definitely going to do the check into the virtual thing. And probably just
Okay.
go there and make sure that I can actually meet somebody there, and
Okay.
make sure that it's going to be legit. See if there is any privacy, areas that I could do something if I needed to.
Okay.
Kind of go from there. And at least I'll have an address I can attach a Google business listing to, my DEA to, something that's not my home address. And probably still just meet patients via telemedicine. I mean, I'm connected with a good group of bunch of men, so probably would be a easy market to get into. As I do a lot of archery and hunting and stuff, and I'm involved in archeries. I'm a coach, teams and stuff, and a bunch of dads and stuff in there. So they've already been trying to hit me up about it.
There you go.
So it should be at least a few patients to start.
There you go.
But once the word gets out,
Yeah, that's it, dude.
Yeah.
Word will get out. It'll happen. Give it a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do go see if you can find something that would be a little bit more of an office. Just look around a little bit. You might be surprised. You might be able to find some for $500, $500 a month. That's a
okay,
little,
even if it's not on a main
square foot
strip,
office. But
even if it's not on a main strip.
it's fine. I wouldn't worry about it. The Google business is going to do all the work for you.
Okay.
That would be better than some shared office space.
Mm.
And if it's a couple
I have-
$100 more a month, dude, who cares?
Yeah. I have found a couple places where they're kind of in with the women that do the hair and stuff like that have small little rooms, several, and those, they're kind of expensive, but they charge you by the week.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would actually
Okay.
see if you can find an office space somewhere. You'd be surprised.
Mhm.
You know,
Should I stay away from
drive
other
around
medical
town, you see these
offices?
you see these little 4-story little office buildings that are around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be surprised. There might be some offices for lease in there, 300 or 400 square foot, $500 a month. You'd be better off
Okay.
going somewhere like that.
Then the virtual thing.
100%.
Okay.
Because it's your space.
Yeah.
You can decorate it. You can throw a couch in there. You can do procedures in there. It's so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's more of a place where you could sell the things that you're doing too, right?
100%, man. You can grow. It's a place to grow. A little virtual office is nowhere to grow. It's fine. It's a Band-Aid for now. But as you get bigger, you will probably get a better office. So if you can just find something a little better now, why not? $500 a month, man, is nothing, dude. That's a couple patients.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
especially if I can get the 1099 thing going.
Right, exactly. If you can get the 1099 thing going, man, it's a no-brainer, dude.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a sensitive subject. We'll see.
Yeah, give it a try. Hell, email me and let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
All right. I like the end the episode with you asking me a question. You have a question for me?
2 questions.
Okay.
So I know that you've talked a couple times on the podcast about different things. Like sounds like you've tried a lot of the medications that you prescribe to patients, Contrave and such. Is there specific supplements that you recommend or that you do yourself?
Oh God, man, I take like $500 a month in supplements. It's fucking ridiculous. I probably take. I'm probably a little ridiculous about supplements. Like
How about the main 5?
Yeah, the main 5. Okay, so a good solid multivitamin, obviously, right? The 2 brands that I recommend to patients, the 2 brands that I take are Thorne and Pure Encapsulations. Those two brands. Okay. I take no other brand of supplements. I trust those supplements. You know what I mean?
I've seen Thorne. What was the other one?
Pure Encapsulations. It's a good one. Like they're good quality supplements. You get what you pay for. Okay. So I do Thorne's Advanced Nutrients. So it's a multivitamin, solid. It's 8 pills a day. You know, I look at multivitamins and I'll read the back, the nutritional facts, and it says, 1,000% daily value of this, 500% daily value of that, blah, 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 whatever. And it's like 2 capsules. And then I look at the Advanced Nutrients with Thorne, and it's almost the exact same vitamins and exact same percentages, but it's 8 capsules. That just tells me right now the other one for 2 capsules is bullshit. You know what I mean? To fit that many vitamins, and there's no way you're fitting that many vitamins in 1 or 2 capsules. There's no way. So the Thorne, it's 8 capsules. I take 4 in the morning. I take 4 at night.
Right? You feel better on it?
I don't know, man. I've been taking this shit for 10 years. I don't know. I mean, I'm 41 years old and I feel pretty good. Like, I took my kid fishing the other day and I went to a little alpine lake to fish for brook trout. And it was a hike in and a hike back. And I carried my son in all the gear. My pack had to be 50, 60 pounds. I fucking flew up that mountain and flew back down. It wasn't even a problem. You know what I mean? I was barely out of breath. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, I do exercise and stuff. So anyways, it's a solid vitamin. I do that. I do a B complex. Take a B complex. I take an omega-3. I do Nordic Naturals for the omega-3. Curcumin, 1,000 milligrams twice a day for that. And then if I was to take any other vitamin D, obviously you got to take a vitamin D supplement. I take 10,000 units a day. Vitamin D.
Via capsule?
Yeah. My vitamin D level is always around 80.
That's good.
I take 10,000 units a day.
Okay.
And the recommended daily value is like 1,000 or something stupid. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Most practitioners prescribe 50,000 a week. It's not enough. For someone who's truly I was never vitamin D deficient. My levels are always like, my base vitamin D level is like 35, 40. So I was still within range. I take 10,000 a day and it's 80. I never get sick. I just don't. So those are the 5 supplements I'd recommend to everybody.
Okay. Top.
Yeah.
Second question was, if I was going to move to a full practice state, you have a recommendation?
Well, go out west for sure. Living in the West is nice. I like Colorado. Colorado's a pretty cool state. I like it. 4 seasons, a lot of stuff to do outdoors if you're an outdoors guy. Weather's pretty nice. Like I said, it's 4 seasons. Summer's not too hot. Winter can get kind of cold. You know, I mean, if it snows, it snows. But it's typically melted in 3 or 4 in a few days. It's gone. Like it's not Minnesota, you know,
Yeah.
or Wisconsin or something. So I do like Colorado. Utah's pretty cool. Parts of Arizona are pretty cool. New Mexico's a shithole. Some parts of Wyoming are pretty cool. Washington, Oregon, I would not move to just for political reasons. So yeah, man. I mean, if you're an outdoors guy, dude, Colorado, Utah, parts of Arizona, parts of Montana, Wyoming are pretty cool places, and you're independent. And then you can do whatever you want out here. It's the West, the Wild West. Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So
Okay.
that'd be my recommendation. It's a big difference from Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like cold too much. So just was curious on your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, probably Arizona would be your best bet. Yeah. There's some parts of Arizona that are pretty cool. I would probably live in more like northern Arizona. Southern Arizona, man, is desert. Like it's dry and it's hot. Northern Arizona, though, there's some streams, there's some rivers, there's some forests and stuff like that. And winter's not that bad. You know, it's mild. You know, it might snow once. You know, it's not
Colorado pretty populated.
Colorado on the Front Range is. So basically, the Front Range of Colorado is basically, it's the beginning of the Rocky Mountains, essentially, right? So right down the middle of Colorado starts the Rockies. West of that is the Rocky Mountains. East of that is like Kansas, flat. Okay. You don't want to live in that direction unless you like flat.
I know.
Cornfields. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and if you like that, cool, knock yourself out. But the Front Range, Denver, Colorado Springs, Boulder, like that area right there is very, very populated. Okay. And I kind of live in that area. I live in Colorado Springs. Okay. But I like Colorado Springs. More conservative in nature and you get access to the mountains and stuff. Now, if you go west, there's all kinds of places in Colorado, man, that aren't very populated. You know, I mean, Grand Junction, and there's all kinds of little towns and cities, you know, in western Colorado within the Rockies that aren't going to be as populated, but you're going to have a winter.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, you get used to it. You just do. Yeah. Like anymore, man, if it's 50 degrees outside, I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm just used to it. You know?
Yep.
A hot day, 75. I'm like, God, it's hot out here.
You lived in Florida before too, didn't you?
Yeah. I lived around Tampa. I lived in Fort Myers area there for a little while.
Fort Myers, okay.
Yeah, that's hot as hell.
That's about where I live, just north of that.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. I live with Port Charlotte, Fort Myers, that kind of little area right there is where I work.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, the humidity, ugh. Yeah.
Yeah, heard. All right.
Cool, man. Good episode,
Thank
dude.
you.
All right, well, listen, man. Email me. Let me know how the 1099 thing goes.
Okay, will do. Thanks for your time, sir.
All right, cool, brother. Take care. Bye. I hope everyone enjoyed the episode with Chad. It's a pretty good episode. He is in the very, the infancy stages of starting his practice. I think that, some of his concerns are, I think, pretty valid concerns when you're first getting started. But I think that there was some hesitation there about telemed versus investing in an actual office space. So I think the big thing here from this episode is that don't be too scared of investing your money into a physical location, because anymore, guys, 100% telemed practice is going to be very difficult to grow and scale. Like I really think it's going to be difficult to scale unless you are just extremely niched and have a specific target demographic you're going to target, and you have some money to spend on marketing. It's very, very hard. Okay. A brick and mortar practice allows you to establish yourself locally. You get your Google business listing, but also it actually is a place for you to actually see patients in and to grow into. Okay. Your chances of success of having a brick and mortar practice versus 100% telemed practice are extremely high compared to just Telemed only. So I think Chad needs to just accept the fact that investing some money into a physical location is a good investment and it's going to lower his overall risk. So just be aware of that. Do not be afraid to invest some money into your practice. Okay. You got to invest some money to make some money. That's just how you make money in business. So don't be scared of that. All right. Hope to see some of you guys in San Diego. And hope everyone enjoys this episode. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye. Thank you for listening to the show. Quick legal disclaimer. The content of this podcast is meant for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be used as legal, financial, medical, regulatory, or practice-specific advice. For information pertaining to your specific legal, financial, medical, or practice-specific needs, please be sure to consult with your lawyer, CPA, medical director, and or your state's practice laws and the most up-to-date clinical guidelines. As always, do your due diligence when it comes to any information found online and in podcasts. The content in this podcast is copyrighted by Galaxy Medical Southwest 2023 and cannot be duplicated, rebroadcasted, or reproduced without our written permission.